what's up everybody, it's Amaya. So today's video is going to be my haul update from my e.l.f. and Ulta haul that I uploaded in July. It has been quite a few weeks. For me, it's actually been a month since I filmed that haul, but it didn't go up until like a week or two after I filmed it, so it's not been as long for you guys, but it's been about a month for me, a little over a month actually, and by the time you're seeing this, it'll probably be like a month and a half almost. So I'm really excited to share with you my thoughts and opinions on all of these products. I really liked some of them. I found some new holy grails, and then some of them not so much. So before I get into the video, be sure to check out my social medias. My Instagram and Twitter are right over here, and all of my other ones will be in the description box below. Check them out if you wanna. I know I said to do it, but if you don't wanna, no judgment. And yeah, without further ado, let's hop right in. Okay, so I'm going to start by talking about the sheet masks. So as you can see, I only have one sheet mask here. I did an entire review on the primer mask, and I did give my sister the one for oily skin. She has not used it yet, so I cannot quite give you a review on that one. But the primer mask I was really impressed with and I really liked. It did not feel like it was a $2 mask. This guy I have not gotten a chance to use yet. I know, I've just been crazy busy and face masks have just not been on my radar. It's also been really hot and it's hard to sit underneath a mask when it's that hot out. So I have not used this one yet, but judging on how the primer mask was, I have really high hopes for this one. This is the Coconut Water Infused Moisturizing Mask, by the way. So I'm really excited to try this out, and I'm very sorry that I wasn't able to give you a review on it, but primer mask, really, really good. Okay, so another skincare product. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Water Essence, and I told you guys I was really excited to try this because I've never tried an essence before, and I got this on a really good deal. I love the packaging, everything like that, and it looks like I have used literally nothing. And I have used this every single day and every single night since I did that video. Honestly, I started using it that night, and other than like a few nights, I have used this basically twice a day, every single day. And that's all that I have used. I think it was right here, maybe. I mean, honestly, it wasn't filled all the way to the top. It's barely moved, and I used a good amount of this. Like, I put a like line on my hand almost because it's a kind of a thick gel waterish consistency, so I just kind of put a little bit on my hands, and I'm able to like cover my whole face. Like sometimes I even have a little bit extra that I can take down my neck and all that sorts of good stuff. So I don't skimp on this product at all. This is going to last me literally freaking forever. This is 5 ounces in here, and like I said, I've been using it for over a month, and this is all I have used. I find that my face is very hydrated. It just feels really nice on the skin. It wears really well underneath makeup. I don't find that it makes my makeup break up or get really gross. I find that it works really well, and it also leaves my skin feeling so hydrated when I use it at night. So highly, highly recommend this if you have dry or dehydrated skin. Honestly, even if you have oily skin, try this out. I think it's a really nice product. Doesn't make my skin overly oily, doesn't dry it out either. I find that it is just a really nice product. Okay, next I had these two guys right here. This is the Aqua-Infused Bronzed Peach Blush and Bronzer, and this is the Turks Caicos Blush and Bronzer. So we'll start with Turks Caicos. This guy, I don't know. I just found myself not wanting to reach for this. I've probably used it like 5 times or so, and I don't know. It's not bad, but the glitter in here, well, it's not super obvious on the face. I just hate like dipping into this and seeing the glitter, seeing it on my brush, and I don't love that about this. It looks beautiful on the eyes though. I have used this kind of like as eyeshadow on the eyes, and it looks really, really nice, and the glitter doesn't really show up there either. And on the face, like I said, it doesn't look bad, but I just find myself not wanting to reach for this. So I don't regret purchasing it. I do like it, but I would not necessarily recommend it, if you know what I mean. And then as far as this guy goes, I have used this quite a few times, although you can barely tell. I use this with a sponge to just kind of add some cream bronzer and cream blush, which is something I do every single day. I'm a huge cream product fan, and I really, really like this. I find that they blend really nicely. I actually prefer the blush to the bronzer. I find that the bronzer kind of goes on a little bit weird. I don't know. It's fine. You just got to really blend it out with your sponge, and I don't necessarily recommend using it with a brush. I've tried doing that and it didn't work out so well. So I prefer the sponge. And I actually use the blush with my finger, and it blends so beautifully. You only need the tiniest amount because a little goes such a long way, especially with the blush. And I just find that it looks really, really pretty on the skin. I kind of wish this blush was just by itself because, like I said, the bronzer's fine, but I have a lot of other cream contour, cream bronzing products that I prefer over this. So yeah, good product, and I do recommend it. They do have darker shades, which is really nice for those that have darker skin tones. This is the lightest shade, so that kind of stinks. If you're a little bit lighter than me, I would say you could try this, but any lighter than that, starting to get really fair. I feel like this would look really orange or just really harsh on you in general. But like I said, check it out for yourself. It's not very expensive at all. And yeah, I like this. Okay, next we have a product that I have fallen in love with. And I honestly didn't think that I needed these in my life so much until I realized what I was missing. These are the On the Spot Blot Matte Blotting Papers. So I have never used a blotting paper in my life until I bought these, and I really feel like my skin has gotten much more oily than it ever has in its entire life. Recently, I don't know if it's just the humidity of the summer or if it's just that I'm doing much more natural makeup now than I have in the past with less powder, and so it's just breaking up easier. But I just find that I'm using the same products, but the oil on my skin is coming through so much more than it ever has in my entire life, and these have been a lifesaver for me. Every single time I've used it, I've just looked at my makeup afterwards and been like, why have I never invested in blotting papers? Like, they're like the cheapest thing, and they do wonders. So if you are an oily girl or even a dry girl, check out blotting papers just for those certain little areas when you need a little bit of a touch-up. They are awesome. So next I had the e.l.f. Natural Glow Lotion, and this is in the shade Brightening Rose. So I have used this quite a few times, and I find that I really like it on my natural makeup days because the glow from this product is not extreme at all. It is super, super, super natural, almost to the point where you put it on and you're like, did that even do anything? But I do find that it does give a little bit of a glow to my skin. I don't find that it breaks up my makeup or anything like that. But I do prefer using it on more natural days, because if you use it on a day where you're doing full glam, you literally can't see it at all. It's not gonna show up, and I just find that at that point you're just adding more product where it's really not necessary. So if you're looking for a primer like the L'Oreal Magic Lumi or the Becca Backlight or even the Wet n Wild Dewy Primer, I would not recommend this one. But if you're looking for something more natural than those, this is a great choice. Okay, so I also had the e.l.f. Tinted Moisturizer. And I was a little bit concerned that this was going to be the wrong color for me because it is quite orange, but this product has such little coverage, in a good way, that I find that I can use this and it does not look orange on me at all. I tried applying it with my fingers and with a sponge, and I prefer kind of rubbing it on with my fingers and then going over it with the sponge. I find that if you use the sponge exclusively, it soaks up a lot of product and you really get no coverage at all, and you're just kind of like, what's the point? Why am I putting this on my face? But if I use my fingers and then just kind of use the sponge to blend it out, I find that that is the best method, and I really like it. So thumbs up from me. The shade range is not so good, but if you can find your shade, this is really nice. Next we have this little duo. This is the Best Friend duo in Peach Squad. And I said to you guys in this video that I probably wasn't even going to use this a lot, but I just wanted to buy it because one, it was super cheap, and two, I just love the peach shade in there. And I was totally right in that video. I have like literally not used this. I've used this maybe 3 times. 3 times in like a month and a half. I just forget about it. I honestly forget about it. It's good. It's beautiful. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the formula. It's creamy. It's buttery. It's pretty. I just never reach for it, so I don't regret buying it. It was super cheap, so I mean, it barely cost anything, but I feel like I'm not really going to use this a lot. I need to push myself to use it because it's gorgeous. And I do looks where this color would look really pretty, but I just either have them in other palettes or I just don't think about it. So next we have this matte liquid shadow, and this is in the shade Nude Linen. This is really pretty. I like using this as an eyeshadow base or just by itself if I'm doing a matte eye. I find that it doesn't break up. It wears really nicely. Setting it with a little bit of powder does always help, but I don't find that it gets like creasy or anything like that, and I have very oily eyelids, so this is really nice. I like it a lot, and yeah, this is my 3rd one I have of these, and I like all of them, so I do recommend these. And this color, if you're like my skin tone, is a really nice eyeshadow base. Okay, so next I picked up this guy right here, the 108, which I think is the Micro Precision Contouring Brush or something like that. This I have used a few times. I've used it for nose contouring, and I've actually used it for regular contouring, and I found that it works good. It's a nice brush, but I just find that it's a little too big for nose contouring and a little too small for cheek contouring, so I don't recommend this brush. I don't regret buying it because I got it so cheap, and it is really nice, and I do use it, but I don't think you need it, if you know what I mean. So really nice, soft, no shedding, applies makeup really well. I just don't find myself reaching for it often. So this is the eye shading brush, and then I had a little tiny one too that was the blending brush, but it is lost in my brushes somewhere. I did not put it back in here like a good girl, and I don't know where it is, but I will insert a picture of it right here, and that's what it looks like. Both of these I like very much. I've used both of them. This is great for packing on eyeshadow. The other one I like to use to kind of blend on top of my eyeshadow with like no product or a little bit of a translucent powder just to blend everything out if things are looking a little choppy or a little bit weird. They are really nice. I find that the small handle doesn't bother me. I don't find that it makes my blending harder. I don't find that I wish it had a longer handle. I do like it, and it's so travel friendly. So these are cute. I really like them, and they worked. So next we have the Silicone Smudger. This is a gimmicky product. They want you to buy it because it's silicone and it kind of hops on that whole silicone trend. But honestly, I just find that it's not a practical shape. I like the silicone glitter applicator because it's flat on one end, so you really can use it to pack on glitter or pack on like liquid eyeshadows, but this one is just awkward. I find that it did not work for smudging out the lower lash line, and it worked okay for applying like cream shadow to the inner corners, but that is such a specific need that I don't find that the majority of people are going to need this brush. Is it a brush? A tool? Applicator? I don't know. I just find that it's kind of useless, and it'll probably sit in my collection and I might grab it every once in a while just to try it out, but it's not a staple by any means. Oh, so I almost forgot about this guy. This is the 205, and this is the, I think it's the Beautifully Bare Eye Blending Brush. So this has quickly become one of my new favorite blending brushes. I love it for packing on color to the outer corners. I actually did use it in this look today, and I've grown to love this brush so much. It is similar to the Morphe M433s, but I find that I reach for this one because it's thinner and a little bit flatter, and I reach for those ones because they're just a little bit fluffier, and this one is softer. So if you are looking for a really nice blending brush that's going to pack on colors on your outer corners very nicely, I do recommend this guy. It is such good quality, and it is so soft, and highly, highly recommend. So I got two liquid eyeshadows. I have the Catrice one in California Creamin', and then the Wet n Wild one in Goldilux. So I have used both of these multiple times, and I really do like both of them. I'm not a huge fan of the color on this guy because I find that it pulls a little too green for my liking, but if I mix it with a more bronzy gold shadow, I find that it kind of cancels out that green and it works really nicely. And then as far as this guy goes, oh my goodness, you need the littlest amount of this and you need to work quickly because this dries so fast and it is so bright and so intense. It is really nice and it lasts for a long time. I find that it looks really beautiful in the inner corner, or if you just kind of pat this onto a bare lid, it gives you kind of like that wet look. I do really like it. You just have to work quickly, and I find that applying this onto the eye and then blending it out with my finger is the best method. I tried using it with a brush and it just did not work very well, so I find that finger is best. This one I can use with a brush or with a finger. It really works either way, but these are both really nice. I like them. This one is just a little bit trickier to work with than this one is. I also picked up the NYX Epic Ink liquid liner, and you guys, this has become my new favorite liquid liner. I honestly don't know how I did liquid liner before this. It makes it so easy, so simple. It is so black and pigmented. The brush tip is amazing. I'm wearing it today. You can't really see it though because I just did a straight line on my eye. I'm not wearing a wing, but if I've been wearing a wing in any of my videos since that video, it's been because of this guy. This has inspired me to do liquid liner so much more than I ever have, and I've worn more liquid liner this past month and a half than I have in probably a year. Like, it's insane. I really like this and I really, really recommend this. Go pick this up if you are struggling to find a good pen liquid liner. I feel like I finally found the perfect pen. And then the last four things that I got were lip liners. So I have the Maybelline Color Sensational lip liner, and this is in the shade Nude. I really like this. I like the formula on it. I find that it's just a really nice standard lip liner. It's not too creamy. It's not too matte. It's just a really nice in between, and I find that the color is really nice with pretty much all of my nudes. The only thing I don't like is that you have to sharpen it, which is kind of annoying because I have a pencil sharpener, but it doesn't work that well, and it kind of eats your pencils, and it's just difficult if you don't have a great pencil sharpener, but I do really like this. And then the rest were Essence ones. So I have two of the long-lasting lip liners and then one of the long-lasting lip pencils, which are different. So this color, beautiful. This is the shade a girl's dream. I loved the formula on this. It was so easy to use. I like that it's not too creamy, even though it is a retractable liner. And the same thing goes for Girl Next Door. Also very pretty. This one is a tad bit more cool toned, so I haven't been using it a ton. I've been reaching for the Maybelline one more because it is a little bit warmer, but when I have wanted a more cool tone or like super nude lip, I've been reaching for this guy right here. And then this one is the Long Lasting Lip Pencil. So this one is in the shade Vintage Rose, and I find that I reach for this one about the same as I reach for this guy because they're very similar colors. They're both more cool tone nudes, and I like the formula on this as well. The only thing I don't like is that it is a wooden pencil, so you have to sharpen it. So that's why I tend to reach for this one over this one. But honestly, they're all good, and I would recommend all of them. I find that they wear for a good amount of time. They don't tug too much. They're not too creamy. They're just good lip liners. Are they amazing? No. Are they good? Yes. So that is it for my haul update, you guys. All in all, I feel like this was probably one of my more successful hauls that I've done. I really did like everything in here, and I feel really happy that I got all of this for a super affordable price. And I'm very happy with all these products. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you have any of these products, if you like them, all sorts of good stuff. I would love to know. I would love to hear from you guys. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Delicious.